Hey guys, we're Paul and Natasha from Nomadic-AF. Today we're going to be talking about unexpected challenges you'll face as a digital nomad. We think being a digital nomad is a great way of life and it's given us a good sense of purpose.
It's worked for the past 13 years
Yeah,
for
it's worked for
us.
the last 13 years. But there are challenges and definitely unexpected challenges that a lot of people first starting out won't know about.
Right? There'll always be unexpected challenges. This is not an extensive list. This is just ones that a lot of new digital nomads just don't consider or maybe think about. They're just so excited to get on the road. But if you run into one of these, it's not going to stop your digital nomad journey, but
Right.
it will slow things down and it will
Yeah.
cause problems.
Yeah,
So
and could give you bad vibes.
yeah,
So
so let's get into a few of the unexpected challenges you might face as a digital nomad. And
I'm gonna start with logistics.
right,
Visa and immigration problems are definitely an unexpected challenge that a lot of digital nomads don't take into consideration. They think they can just
show up wherever
show
they
up
want,
wherever they want,
and they're
and
going to be granted with open arms.
yeah,
And it doesn't work that way. You
no,
hear stories all the time about people saying the wrong thing in immigration and being turned away,
yeah,
having their visas revoked for minor offenses they didn't even think was an offense. I mean,
your trip could end before it begins.
yes, you might not even be allowed into the country if you say the wrong, like, oh, I work online or I'm doing business here or something stupid you say in immigration could put a halt to your time in that country immediately.
Absolutely. So research for that one is absolutely key.
Yep.
Wherever you're going, look up the visas and look up the immigration process and see what you need to know before you go.
Yep. Another legit challenge that you might not think happens a lot, but it depends on where you live, is unreliable internet.
Yeah, and this could be caused by anything from just weather related to just crappy internet.
Or too many people in town for a festival or a certain
Yeah,
reason.
we
Like
run into that a lot.
we've got
Yeah.
a big festival coming up here where hundreds of thousands of people and internet will be throttled
Yeah.
to a crawl.
Yeah, so we're gonna get all of our stuff done
So
before.
right, so if you're thinking you're going to get on Zoom calls and do high intensity, high bandwidth work,
Yeah.
that may not always be the case.
Yeah, so yeah, you might be having to go to a coffee shop to pay so you could even use the Wi-Fi at all.
Yeah, so that's always going to be an issue, and same with infrastructure. I mean, a lot of times we'll work throughout Central America, Mexico, South America, and
Yeah.
we'll kind of get off the beaten path. Well, it doesn't always work for a digital nomad because, I mean, we've had electricity out for days. You know, you need
Yeah.
a backup when the infrastructure doesn't cooperate with you.
Yeah, you need a backup for work, or you need to be able to just go with the flow and say, screw it, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no water, there's no electric. I guess I'm going to the beach today.
Yeah,
We're
right.
taking a day off.
Infrastructure problems or internet problems are always going to come up as a challenge.
Yeah. The next unexpected challenge a lot of digital nomads face, and you wouldn't think it'd be that unexpected, but it really is time zone problems.
Yeah. If you, especially if you're working for a company, we're kind of we're freelancers, but we have all of our clients are basically in the same time zone as the United
Yeah,
States.
North
So
America, yeah.
we try to stay in this time zone. But if you meet a group of people as a digital nomad, which happens, and they
Yeah.
want to go
Like Bangkok or
Bangkok
something.
and create a bunch of content together, you need to think, my clients or my work is in this time zone.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to be outside of that?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times people don't want to wait for you 13 hours to get a response from a simple yes or no question.
Yeah. Other unexpected challenges you're going to face are banking issues, and that comes up a lot. Whether
Yeah, we
it's
still deal with
still just this week or dealing with banking problems.
Yeah, that's always an unexpected challenge.
Yeah.
It's
So either ATM problems, either your card won't work at the ATM, you can't transfer money, you can't log into your bank because your VPN isn't working. I mean, there are always unexpected challenges with banking as a digital
always
nomad.
have a backup and be prepared. That's all we can say on
Right.
that one.
Right. So some of the other challenges you're going to probably run into maybe even unexpected or social issues. Like
Yeah.
being a digital nomad is great and it can be sociable, but it can also kind of put a stop on your social life. You know,
Yeah.
it's a little more difficult. So
It's easier for us because we're a couple, but even as a solo person or even as a couple, loneliness is a big issue because you don't have that connection
you
that
don't
you
have
have.
a work group that you hang out with. You don't
Right.
have all the people you see at your normal bar that you've been drinking with for years.
Yeah.
Social interactions are different as a digital
Yeah, especially if
nomad.
you don't speak the language
Yes,
too.
yeah. So loneliness can be an issue, especially if you're on your own. And like digital nomads all work at their own pace. Like we said with time zones, maybe this guy has to work
Yeah.
12-hour different time zone to work with
Yeah,
his
while you're
company. While
sleeping,
you're
he's
sleeping, he's
working, and
working.
vice versa. Yeah.
So that happens a lot, and that could be unexpected. Another challenge you're going to run into is probably dating. I mean, we don't have to deal with that,
Yeah.
but
Thank goodness.
we know a lot of single digital nomads that it can be an issue.
It can be hard to find, first of all, someone that wants to even have that kind of lifestyle. And then when you do, you form a connection and they're off here and you're off there and you never see each other
Or
again.
if you're in like Puerto Escondido working, well, a lot of these people aren't digital nomads. They're more surf guys or beach bums who really
Right,
don't
yeah.
work the 8 hours a day like you may, you know?
Yeah.
So
They're done partying by the time you get off work.
yeah, exactly. So dating is going to be an issue and it's going to be a challenge for sure. So that's
Yeah.
something to think about.
Again, the language barrier is another unexpected challenge. It's going to really impact your social life.
You might think it's okay going to like Thailand without any language and you're going to be around all these other Americans or Canadians, but you're going to run into language problems. If you have to go to the
Yeah.
pharmacy, if you have to go to the doctor, if you need to take care of some kind of business while you're there.
Yeah, even at restaurants, it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So just because other people without the language skills are living somewhere doesn't mean there aren't challenges.
Yeah, exactly.
And on that note, is unexpected challenges are the customs. Like
Yeah, every country has their own customs, and
you're not going to change that.
You're not going to change that. You're going to have to adapt, and if you don't, that's going to be on you.
Yeah, like maybe in a country you're going to, they don't treat their pets like you would in the States. You know, they're more free roaming and they come back when they want.
Yeah.
They're not wearing a collar. They're dirty. They're not sleeping in your bed.
Yeah.
Like you might look at that and be like, I need to take this dog and give it the life it needs. But
yeah,
maybe that's just not how their custom is. So
Yeah.
adapt. You might have trouble adapting, and that's going to be a challenge if you can't.
Yeah, for sure. Missing family and friends is an unexpected challenge as well. I mean, you might think that you're excited to get away from friends and family and out of the hustle and bustle, but it can be hard.
It can be, especially after weeks or months or years on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, that does become a challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
So another group of unexpected challenges people don't really take into consideration is health issues that you're going to run into as a digital nomad.
Yeah, I mean, you could be completely healthy in the prime of your life and still have to go to the doctor, and the language of your doctor might not be your language.
Or it could be anything with the doctor that you're used to as a digital nomad. If you're going to a doctor in Cambodia, that's going to be a challenge.
They'll probably have different processes than what you're used to.
Yep. And another unexpected challenge is dealing with insurance. I mean, if you're popping around from country to country to country to country, whatever insurance you're on isn't going to cover you everywhere for every scenario. If you put yourself in harm's way, if you're going into Sinaloa in Mexico in the middle of a war zone, there are certain insurance companies that are dropping clients right now that live in Mazatlan and Sinaloa.
Yeah.
So,
or even if you're going to Colombia in the rainforest and you get yellow fever, that's on you because you put yourself in that position. Yeah.
Insurance issues, them not covering problems, them not covering them in a timely manner or up front is going to be a challenge.
You can get like Nomad insurance. We use Safety Wing, but
it's not 100% in 100% of the circumstances.
Correct.
You will face challenges.
Yeah. The next one that is definitely an unexpected challenge pertaining to your health is food issues, like meeting your dietary needs specifically. Like if you need gluten-free or you're vegetarian or you're vegan
or dairy free.
a lot of times people in other countries won't even know what gluten-free is.
Right. Does this have gluten? They don't know, or they don't even understand your question. So
Yeah.
this is a challenge you might want to just expect all the time if you're bouncing around a lot. Is
Yeah.
your your food needs probably aren't going to be met the way you like them to be at
You're going to be
all.
cooking a lot yourself,
If you have
or
that ability.
yeah, if you have that ability. So that's definitely something to take into consideration for sure.
And another unexpected goes with it is food burnout.
Oh
And
yeah.
it exists, trust me. Like, even if you're living where you've always wanted to live based on the food, after months of eating it,
Yeah.
you're burned out. I mean,
Yeah.
sure, there are international restaurants, but the price comes with that too.
We always talk about Colombia, and I love Colombia, and
But
I
the
love
food you
Colombian food.
I love Colombian food, but you get burned out really quick. And
Yeah.
if you're living in a hostile situation or somewhere without a kitchen and you don't have the ability to cook for yourself, that is going to be a challenge. You will get sick of eating the same food
Yeah,
all
that's
the time.
for sure. Yeah. The next one is going to be sleep disruptions. That's definitely an unexpected challenge for digital nomads.
Yeah, it is. Whether it's bouncing around a lot into new areas, or you want to stay in the zone where everybody's partying, or you're not used to the fireworks or the dogs barking, sleep disruptions are a huge challenge. I mean, you should expect that you're not going to be sleeping like you normally do, because if you're in a hostel, it's going to be loud. If you're in the city, it's going to be loud. If you're in a new house by yourself, it's going to be
an uncomfortable bed even.
Exactly. Or those freaking plastic sheets they put under the sheet. Like,
but even too, just moving around so much and so often, like knowing where the light switch is for the bathroom, that can impact how you sleep as well.
Yep. So there will be sleep disruptions. And
definitely.
You should expect that.
So the next unexpected challenge is burnout. A lot of people don't expect burnout.
There's food burnout. There's city burnout. There's the burnout with the people. You can burn out on 100 different things in the city you're in if you're there for a few months, and that could lead to anxiety going out. It could lead to depression that you don't want to go out. I mean, burnout is a real thing as a digital nomad. A lot of people who want to do this maybe don't consider moving all the time. You can get burned out on. There are 100 different things to get burned out on.
Absolutely. And I always say we have itchy feet and we're ready to move on, but in reality it's burnout.
It is. We always do say we have itchy feet. We've been in a place for a few months and we want to move.
Yeah.
Because we're burned out. Yeah. So take that into account, because if you plan on being somewhere for months at a time and you don't take that into account, you might have problems.
Yeah, and that goes with planning too far in advance too, because maybe you do want to be there 3 months and then you're sick of a place, or you're sick of traveling too much too. So maybe don't plan as far in advance and just kind of play it loosey-goosey.
Yeah, loosey-goosey by ear and try to avoid the burnout, because it will lead to more problems.
Yeah.
Expected challenges digital nomads face, sadly, is with their careers.
Yeah.
Because we, as digital nomads, we feel like, I should say, right, that this is the way for us.
Yeah.
This is the way to do it. We're not career people. We don't care about climbing this ladder to the top and being the best in our company. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, but still, if we screw something up or we lose a client out of nowhere, the weight's on our shoulders because we're our own employers.
Yeah. So your career will evolve differently than somebody who's working in the office.
Right.
Like, we find personally, one of the unexpected challenges, because we're freelancers, is finding new clients all the time.
Yes.
I spend, part of my job is our team is client acquisition.
Yeah.
And I spend a lot of time and a lot of money
finding new clients,
and sometimes not finding them for months and months at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, when somebody wants to hire you as a freelancer and you say, "Oh, I'm in Colombia today and I'll be in Mexico tomorrow," they don't understand that, and they might just go with somebody who's home based.
Yeah, they might just think that's too flaky and not want to deal with it.
Some unexpected challenges you might face, not as a salaried worker.
Yeah, as return to the office.
Like, this is a big thing now. Like, this big return to office push is coming, and if you've set your whole digital nomad life up on this company that lets you work, then You got to figure something out.
Yeah, you got decisions to make.
That is a very unexpected challenge. Just because you can work remotely now doesn't mean they're always going to
You'll
allow
always
it.
be able to, yeah.
Yeah.
The next unexpected challenges that digital nomads face are taxes. They think just because their clients or whatever, they aren't from where they're from, that they don't have to pay taxes, and that's just not true.
Depending on where you live, if you live in a certain country, like, I don't know the exact country, but let's say it's Germany for 93 days. Like, there's a day where before you aren't subject to taxes and after you are. So you need to know if you get caught avoiding taxes in a certain country, or if you're living in a country and take on a client from that country, you're owed tax. You owe taxes.
Yeah, you're susceptible to double taxation because you still have to pay those same, like, the taxes from that income in your home country as well.
Possibly.
Usually, yeah, sometimes.
So these are challenges you really need to know about. Is figure out your tax situation, because like in the United States, you don't want the IRS on you. You're done.
Yeah. And this also goes back to finding the new clients too, because it's definitely an unexpected challenge. Because if you're living in Germany and
as an example,
if you're living in Germany, for example, then you take on a new client you just met at a cafe. They want to work with you, so now.
First of all, you just screwed up your tourist or digital nomad visa. You've exempted it. It's gone, and you owe taxes on that money. So that's a challenge. Just keep an eye on your tax situation where you can and cannot work.
Yeah.
Another unexpected challenge, you might be used to working whatever in Canada, the States, or your home country, and networking with people in your line of work, drinks or a night out or whatever. But networking with people in your given field doesn't so much exist as a digital nomad. We have nomad meetups in a lot of places and creator meetups where different content creators meet up.
Yeah.
But if you want to network, like, you're not going on your golf outing with the president of whatever an organization. So if your career is important and advancing in this career, it might be more difficult, more challenging as a digital nomad.
And networking does exist, but it's totally different than what you would expect in the States or Canada or whatever.
Right. Based on careers, another unexpected challenge for a digital nomad is advancements in your company if you're working remotely. It's sad to say, but even if you work harder and better than the guy sitting in the office or the girl sitting in the office,
they're going to get
the job first. Yeah. I mean, understand what you want out of life. Do you want to travel and enjoy things and see more culture and enjoy life?
Yeah.
Digital nomad is the way to go. If you're focused 100% on your career,
that's the way to go. You got challenges to face.
You're definitely going to have some challenges. And these last challenges are sort of random. I mean, they pop up or not depending on where you stay.
They don't fit into one box exactly. Right. But the next unexpected challenge that digital nomads face is weather disaster-related issues.
You can kind of plan around hurricane season in the Caribbean if you think ahead.
Yeah,
which we don't
work for us.
No, we didn't. I mean, we've been in so many hurricanes, it's ridiculous. But natural disasters that you don't see coming, political disasters, like anything that happens in
Italy right now is blowing up with freaking volcanoes.
Yeah, right. So you cannot expect this. This isn't something that you can foresee. Maybe the hurricanes and hurricane season you can.
You can kind of prepare yourself, but it's still going to be a challenge.
So most recently, which was only just a year ago, we were literally on vacation.
Yeah, we were on a 2-week vacation from our digital nomad life.
And got stuck in a Category 5 hurricane, and we were off grid for days and days and days.
Yeah, and had we had a real job,
we'd have been done.
We would have been fired, for sure.
So these are challenges you need to understand are out there, and even if you would say, like, I would not go there during hurricane season, there are other weather challenges that pop up that you need to understand
they could cause flooding, they could cause just electrical outages, they could cause Wi-Fi outages, anything. It's just crazy.
And another unexpected challenge is the laws in the country or the city or the state or wherever you're going, you need to understand the ramifications of breaking these laws. I mean, if you want to have a gummy to relax at night, even a CBD gummy,
Yeah, you might not be doing it
you
in
might be
certain
spending,
places. Yeah.
well, you might be spending a lot of time in jail for it. And not just that, like public drinking, smoking, any vice in public.
Yeah.
If you don't understand how these laws work or the consequences of them,
Yeah.
I mean, talk about unexpected challenges. Try spending a weekend in a Colombian jail, you know?
Yeah, no thank you.
No. So the last two unexpected challenges, stuff we're kind of facing right now.
Yeah.
Mexico has always been good to us. They've always been accepting. Right now, it's what is it? It's almost March 1. It's February, end of February, 2025. And the
changing political climate has been an issue.
Yeah,
already.
Well, you see a lot of gringo go home signs, especially in like Merida, where you just came from.
Yeah, I just came to Merida.
Mexico City, a lot of the big cities are turning against Americans.
Yeah.
For good reason, I would say.
Yeah, we can't blame them.
Right, but these are unexpected challenges you might face. Like, you know, through no fault of your own, if you're living in a country that all of a sudden had tariffs slapped on it.
Yeah, they're not going to be happy about it.
They're not going to be happy with you. I mean, you're carrying a U.S. passport, so you are responsible, and you will meet these challenges because now we are meeting them.
And these are unexpected challenges that you can't. Well, they're unexpected because you can't predict them.
Right.
But you can prepare for them.
Yeah, you can.
To a point.
Just the 24 and 25, the Gringo Go Home movement, which is gaining popularity because of the situation in the United States, and just the changing political climate, either where you're from or where you are.
Yeah, that's true.
When we lived in Nicaragua, there was still a whole lot of Contra and Sandinista problems going on. And if you were in a town where a Contra ruled it and then the Sandinistas took over and you're in that town, you need to keep up to date on that stuff. You know what I mean? If one group of political power just came into power that hates who you are,
you're going to want to know about it.
You're going to want to know about that.
Yeah, so stay up to date for sure.
So while we think the digital life for us and for anybody that wants to kind of get out of the hustle and bustle and the daily grind, it is not without its unexpected challenges. And you need to know that it's not all roses and peachy. There are issues you're going to have to deal with.
Yeah.
So think about these things before you take the plunge.
At least you'll be out of the 9-to-5 rat race.
That's true. Like, don't let these dissuade you from being a digital nomad, but understand that these issues do exist.
They do exist.
All right, so good luck. And
till next time.
Lates.
Oh, my back is killing me. These chairs are so bad.